We saw a first-time truck winner at Martinsville on Friday night, while Corey Heim snake-bitten for the second week in a row, and in a few weeks at Bristol, a young driver will make his Cup Series debut. Welcome back to the Breaking Bob channel. Hope y'all are doing well. It is Martinsville weekend. We've got the Truck Series that ran on Friday night. We'll get to all that in a second, but if you're new here, as always, make sure you're subscribed for the latest NASCAR and motorsports content and news on a daily basis here. And without further ado, let's jump into it. Before we get into the Truck Series race on Friday night, though, there was some news that was announced on Friday during the day we didn't get to yesterday, but it was announced that Richard Childress Racing, as they announced a few months ago, they would be running their number 33 car part-time once again in 2025. Last week, it was Austin Hill getting 5 races. This time, it'll be Jesse Love making his Cup Series debut in a few weeks at Bristol Motor Speedway. The 20-year-old California native will be making his Cup Series debut, sponsored by C4. Andy Street will once again be the crew chief with that number 33, and Jesse Love will be getting his Cup Series debut. He's already won the Xfinity opener at Daytona in 2025, 2 career Xfinity wins. He's been a highly touted prospect in the RCR camp. We wondered when it would be announced. This is finally his first Cup Series debut in Bristol, and it was the first of many races. It sounds like it's to be determined how many he'll get. But when you look back to it in the 2024 season, the RCR 33 ran 6 races in a limited schedule. They've already planned for 5 races with Austin Hill, at least 1 for Jesse Love, so that race season will expand, it sounds like, for the 33. Again, Andy Street, the full-time crew chief in that 33 team. Going to be interesting to see how Jesse Love handles his debut at Bristol, of all places. Not an easy track for a young driver, although he has shown a lot of speed no matter what he's been in, whether it's ARCA or Xfinity. It makes you wonder, what does the future of RCR's driver lineup look like? Of course, Austin Hill's an Xfinity Series contender as far as the championship. He's pretty much Cup Series ready. It's just a matter of if, not when. And then Jesse Love is probably a year or 2 away, but of course, Austin Dillon has talked about being up in the management role at RCR eventually one day. Kyle Busch, it seems like ever since the last 2 years, he's had one foot out the door, even though he has a contract extension potentially on the horizon. I'm very curious to see how they handle this, as it seems like they're trying to get Hill and Love both Cup Series runs in RCR equipment with that 33 inning limited series. Let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think RCR's driver lineup looks like in the future? As for the on-track action at Martinsville on Friday night, the Truck Series got the weekend going. Daniel Hemric doing a backflip at the start-finish line in a la Carl Edwards fashion. Hemric, his second career NASCAR National Series win, first in the Truck Series, first in 55 starts. Congratulations to Daniel Hemric, who led the last 5 laps past McNamara Hilgerman Racing teammate Tyler Ankrum for the win. Of course, Daniel Hemric in the Cup Series last year with Colleague Racing. He's had 2 Cup Series stints, both with RCR and Colleague, and in between that was an Xfinity Series championship with Joe Gibbs Racing. Yeah, you might remember that 2021 season. He won the championship, only won the championship race, got himself into the championship 4 off of running well with points all season, and then won the final race of the season, his first career NASCAR Series win in the championship, as he beat Austin Cindric in a photo finish at the line. Daniel Hemric, listen, he's a great story. He's what racing is all about. He's not afraid to step back or forward into a series if it means getting into better equipment to better or keep his career prolonged. It's a great story of how racers find a way to just find a seat one way or another. And on the other hand, you got to wonder about Corey LaJoie, who, where is he at? He's not racing this weekend at Martinsville. LaJoie was supposed to be the favorite to be in that MHR 19. Of course, Derek Kraus and Charles Danique, the crew chief, made that truck just fly last year. One of the best full-time Truck Series seasons in NASCAR truck history, although they didn't win the championship, of course, but that was a good truck, and Corey LaJoie was the potential favorite for that. And then he had the comments preseason after he had signed with Rick Ware Racing in a limited series role, saying, well, I don't want to pump up my ego and run on Friday nights for 12 fans and pile up trophies. Daniel Hemric's not afraid to, and I'm glad to see him rewarded. This is exactly what racing fans want to see, is guys that are just hungry to be out there no matter what series it is. So congrats to Daniel Hemric, again, his second career NASCAR Series win, first in the Truck Series in 55 starts. I have a feeling that 19 team will be in victory lane multiple times this season, so I imagine we'll see more backflips in the coming weeks. But once again, Corey Heim, the story of the Truck Series on Friday night for back-to-back weeks. Of course, last weekend at Homestead, he was dominant all night, and then in Stage 3, late in the race, he had truck issues. The truck actually shut off multiple times that allowed Kyle Larson to end up passing him as Heim fell through. He ended up battling himself back to the lead, and the truck shut off again, and just vice versa. Just wasn't his night. Well, again, on Friday night, Heim dominated the race, led 149 of the 200 laps, but once again, just found a way to lose with 34 laps to go on a restart. Caden Honeycutt was battling for the lead on a restart with him side by side, and Heim cut his left front tire down, virtually ending his chance at the win. Heim ended up still battling back to P6, because why not? Somebody, please, get him in a Cup Series car for 2026. I know the talk from 2311's side is that he'll be in the Truck Series one more year, but he's ready. You can just tell he's that much better than everyone else, whether it's his pace, his speed, his truck, I don't know, but the way he battled back to get sixth place, incredible. You could tell he was frustrated in his post-race comments there. He wasn't necessarily mad at Caden Honeycutt, said it wasn't an egregious move, but said, with 35 to go, what's the rush there? But for Caden Honeycutt, he had the argument, and he was apologetic as well at the same time, saying the cars are so aero-dependent that if you don't get out in front with that clean air, it's over. And I don't necessarily agree. I think that it just shows on those restarts the urgency to get out in front, because yes, when Corey Heim was out in front, he was unstoppable. That was the only chance Caden Honeycutt had at him. And well, karma came back, because Honeycutt and then Ty Majeski got around late in the stage 3 final laps there that ended both of their days. Frustration for Caden Honeycutt, but really impressed with his speed regardless. 2 weekends in a row, the dominant car, but no trophies to show for it. But I imagine that Corey Heim will bounce back. That truck is not going anywhere. We will see the 11 team leading many, many laps for 2025. But let me know your thoughts down below about the Truck Series overall on Friday night. Again, we've got Jesse Love making his Cup Series debut in a few weeks at Bristol. We've got the Xfinity Series tonight at Martinsville. Eric Almirola going for 3 in a row. Didn't look like he was that fast in practice, but we shall see. We've got grandfather clocks getting handed out left and right. If you like what you saw, make sure you like this video, subscribe to Breaking Bob, because it does help me out a ton here. We'll see you soon for more NASCAR content. Stay tuned for more.